This is the weekly weather with Maxina and April, where no matter the forecast, it's always sunshine and snow.
Hello, my friend. Sunshine and snow. We're at it again.
Alrighty. Well, since you've been slacking, you want to catch the pair today?
Yeah, I should do that. I think that's a swell idea, sister. Awesome, Father. Thank you so much for this beautiful day, and thank you so much for this chance to be here. Thank you so much for all of the ways that you just bless our day and show up in it and show us your face. And bless this conversation too. Bless all the ears that hear it. Bless our ability to speak it. And let it go where you need it to go, where it can edify us when we have to listen to it back and edify our friends when they check it out. So, amen, Lord.
Amen. That's a good one. Hello, Rascal. Thank you for joining us.
That one's Spot.
Oh, sorry, Spot.
Yeah,
You're
Rascal
right.
got excommunicated outside because he didn't know how to behave himself.
So, friend, how's the weather?
Oh, you know what? I asked myself that like 3 times today, and I don't even think it's shining, and there's a lot of traffic in the old noggin. That's what's going on.
Not quite a jackhammer yet, but definitely a lot of traffic.
No jackhammers today, but yes, a lot. I just have multiple projects sort of cooking up, and some projects that I feel a little inadequate to tackle. But today I built something that I realized was being built in the wrong place, so I had to start over again in the right place. But always when you build something the second time, it comes together much faster. So it wasn't that bad. Plus, I needed the practice. And when you screw things up, you learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
You know,
It's not a failure. It's just a lesson.
Exactly. Smooth seas never made a skilled sailor, as they say.
That is true. That is true.
How's the weather with you this week?
It has been beautiful. The real weather has been chilly, but it really has been beautiful. Had a meeting at work and met with the upper management after the fact, and we just had a really good conversation, an open conversation that in 40 years of the workforce was never a conversation I thought I could ever have with an upper management. Like it was real. And moments of correction for me. I felt myself, and it's funny because he's so gracious. I had that moment of I wanted to defend, right? I just want to defend that. And then I went, but he's not attacking you. You don't have to defend that. And as I thought it, literally, it was instantly, right? And I choked up a little bit and started to cry. And he just looked at me and I went, oh, this is not about what you just said. I'm so sorry. And he goes, okay. And I said, this is about what I just said. And and he went, you didn't say anything. I said, no, to me inside. And then I had to explain it. But it was just so funny because it was so fast where once upon a time that he would have said, I would have cried because he said it because I felt attacked, and then I would have tried to defend myself and then just sounded like an emotional blabberer and then gone home and spiraled about it for 3 weeks and been an absolute mess about it. And instead it was, he's not attacking you. He's just saying, observant fact, this is what.
Yes.
So what? And I was like, yeah. So what?
Right.
and it was just really good. And
that's like a moment of victory right there.
Yes.
Like, hey, I'm healing, baby.
Right?
I'm healing.
Love it. And it's weird that it has taken so many years. I mean, I've been at that job. May will be 15 years. Hadn't been at any other job more than 7 or 8. Like, that's like, looking back, I'm like, it's right about 7 is usually when something happened and there was change and moved on. And I know around year 7 with this company, I'm looking for another job. And they were like, hey, what if we switched up some things and whatever? And there was just enough change that it was like, oh, this is like a new job. Okay, no, I don't have to go anywhere. I can keep going. It's like a new job. Well, because much like those calendars,
right?
much like those calendars that I get bored with, you know. So yeah, I need growth. I need to be able to shift focus and look at something new and not just the same old. Yeah. It's just how my brain functions, and when it's the same old, I stop caring. And when I stop caring, people around me can tell.
Yes. Yeah.
And one thing my upper manager likes to say, he's like, no, April's got sparkle. And when April doesn't sparkle, I'm worried. Why are you not sparkling? And I'm like, yeah, I got to bring the sparkle. And so sometimes I have to dig deep for the sparkle. But for the most part, it's there. And I do like what I do.
You do have sparkle. I could see that. I'm glad to know that you bring that into the workplace the same way that you bring it into church. There's a lot of sparkle.
Thank you. I'm sure the person who vacuums hates it, though, because, man, glitter don't get up from nothing.
You leave your mark, though.
Right?
Nobody gonna forget you.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good. Well, so the conversation then... And it was good, and it went well, and there was an outcome, an unexpected outcome, an expected outcome. What was that?
Was just an off-the-cuff conversation, and it really started because I have a thought, and I'm fighting for it. Where normally, it would have been, here's my thought, you decide what you want, and I'm like, I'm fighting for it.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm putting it out here. And he's like, okay. And so then that just led to some additional leadership conversations that really don't make sense unless everybody knows everybody and all the things. So it's not really worth going into, but it's somebody who I'm coaching, and am I coaching well enough? What can I do better? And just those kind of things. And it was just really positive. And normally, those kind of conversations would have been me a absolute mess. And then walking away going, they hate what I do. I'm not good enough. And so, yeah, it was just good. And then work itself, with even the normal irritants where you just go, why? People human, why?
Why can't everything be easy? Yeah.
And then it's like, and then I have to remind myself what I told Snow many, many years ago when we're watching a horror film. And she's like, why do they do that? They know they should do that. And I'm like, because if they listened, there wouldn't be a movie to watch, right? So it's the same thing. If people did all the things, I wouldn't have a job. So. It's job security. Keep being human, because it's job security, people. It's job security.
Amen.
But yeah.
I'm so glad you had a good, happy conversation that resulted, in an unexpected way.
Right.
And growth.
Yes.
That's a
100%.
And you were talking earlier about
self-reflection. Oh.
And you said you're in a season right now where you're doing, there's a lot of learning happening in your life too. And so sometimes that can even sort of like contribute to overwhelm. But to be in a season of learning, and then also to be able to apply that like reflection and self-correction in the moment is not an easy thing.
Right.
That's really not an easy thing.
And it was shocking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish
like
I could
literally
understand.
Felt your brain rewire itself. Like,
yes, it really did. And how fast the brain happens, because I'm telling you, there wasn't an instant between said and my reaction, but to describe that instant, it takes 30 seconds. And it was like, it was so fast and just, he's not attacking. Stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then I was proud, and then I cried because I was proud.
You're like, I'm so happy about me. Oh my, hold on.
But it used to be a
I think
thing.
you just like told him too. If you're just like, well, it's just me. I'm just so proud of myself right now. Hold on.
Well, and I did have to tell. Well, because the history of 15 years, my former upper management was harsher. And yes, I took everything personal. And then I would try to defend and then get emotional. And then there was tears and there's no crying and moving. But I need to cry, leave me alone, right? And if you
Was it like from the military?
stop making me cry, and then I wouldn't cry, okay? I don't know what to tell you right now. And
It was a boy dad.
It
Who is this person?
yes.
Yes, drill sergeant.
And it was just so, and so for me to have learned well enough and come to accept that not everything is an attack. And I think that goes way back. It always starts back at childhood, right? Because there was always blame. So my brother and I, I've mentioned him before, Richard. He was not kind. And something would be moved, broken, whatever. And who did it? Who did it? Somebody's to blame. Who did it? Who did it? And so then it became well, I know I didn't do it, so he must have, right? And my brother's over here going, I know I didn't do it, so she must have. Turns out, we find out years later, Richard was just sick, and he would do the thing to see who would break first. And so we would get punished. We would take punishment that we didn't do. Like, we didn't earn this. We didn't deserve this. And we were angry at each other for a long time. Because he has to be the rotten one, right? Because I didn't do it. And there's nobody else here.
That is a classic move called triangulation. Pitting. It also happens often with women, from what I understand. It happens, and in my experience. Women do it verbally. Where... like, I'm talking about this person with this person over here, and I'm talking about this person with this person over here.
Right.
And I'm revving them up against that person. And then by the time you all three get together, there's conflict. And so it's called triangulation.
What a cruel way to live.
It's, there's so many better uses for the brain's ability to manipulate.
Right?
There's so many better uses.
Well, and then in customer service, having come from that being blamed, right? Getting into customer service in all of the many ways that I've worked customer service over the years. When a customer is upset and they would say, and you this and you that. Instantly, I'm defending myself because no, I did not. Right. I had nothing to do with what's going on. And it took me a long time to realize that that's the general you, the company you, and not the individual you. And that's hard because I came in with baggage.
Because it's your ear hearing it.
I came in with baggage, and I'm like, and I promise you, I didn't break the thing. I didn't take the thing. I didn't lie to you.
I would never do that to you.
This is the first time I'm talking to you. I didn't do any of it. Please stop yelling at me. And then it's like, oh, okay. They just need to get it out. Yeah. They're not talking to me. Yeah. It's just my ears that get to filter it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You kind of get to be like
a therapist.
Yes. That's exactly what I was about to say. Therapist. Customer service therapist at your service, please. Because it is strange how validation just alters a conversation.
Yes.
It really just alters a conversation. When I was in therapy, I got to the point, because he was so validating. I got to the point after 6 months, I was like, I am paying to hear myself talk. That's how it felt.
Oh, wow.
And not that he was to me, and he was great, because there were things that he pointed out to me about human behavior, triangulation actually being one of them. Pack mentality being another. There were certain things that he sort of like pointed out about just human behavior in general that, I mean, I guess, things that you're not unfamiliar with, but I guess sort of lived in naivety about the people whom I had decided to surround myself with.
Right.
I had that moment of clarity. I think it was like right after the session, like right after my last session. And well, first it was expensive. And I got done with the session and I literally said those words to me. I'm paying to hear myself talk now. But when I would later go home or have to have a rant or have something in my head, I felt okay. I felt like I had permission to validate myself. And that was what he was just allow myself to listen to myself. And that 6 months of therapy gave me that like permission to be able to even know what that looks like.
Right?
And maybe I was totally wrong. Maybe I was delusional about things. Maybe there were plenty of things that I know that I did wrong or presented probably incomplete. And as a therapist, I'm sure they know those things.
Right.
But but he just let me be human and a person. And that was like a very different space than I had been in, where I felt as though I was always the monster or the culprit or the reason for everything going wrong or a scapegoat. And to be in a space to have somebody go, yeah, totally makes sense that you would feel that way. You should feel that way. That makes total sense. It totally takes the wind out of, like, you don't have to defend yourself. When you're not constantly defending yourself, you'd be surprised how often you stop defending yourself. So, yeah, validation is a real gift. That's a real something. So, yeah. I don't remember how we got onto that, but
Listening to people.
Yeah, listening to people.
Yep,
Customer service therapists. There
Yep.
you go. So good on you for validating your friends
And
your customers.
And a lot of time that is all that they need. They just need to be able to get it out.
Yes.
And have it expressed and know that maybe you can't do anything today to fix what happened to me, but maybe you can coach somebody so they don't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I think I can bring that to upper management, and we can definitely go forward with that, but I can't fix what happened because it's in the past. But yeah, so that's been 15 years at one job.
In the making. Well, but that's good.
Yeah.
Growing should never stop happening.
Right? Yeah.
If it does, that's when that's when worry should kick in.
Yeah.
It's like, I really haven't learned anything new, or I haven't felt my brain rewire in a long time.
Oh, right.
Whatever that feeling is.
When life gets stagnant, it is definitely gross. Well, it's like stagnant water. It's gross. It has to be kept stirred. Sometimes we have to do self-stirring.
Mm-hmm.
Stir it up. Get out there. Figure it out. But yeah, it's been a week of growth. Learning new systems, learning how to do this new, and in all weird facets, not in one. Like, yeah.
Like with the editing.
Editing.
You're doing a fantastic job, by the way.
Editing. We'll find out on episode 5. Well, by the time they see this episode, I should be a pro. However, episode 5 is going to be the tell.
It's the tell. It's the one, y'all.
Did I figure it out or not? We'll find out.
You're doing so great. I can tell
you.
just by how you describe that you're working with the software. Now, it has been... Okay, so I did a small video project like 2, maybe 3 years ago. But prior to that, it had probably been like 5 years since I had done any real video production projects. And prior to that, it was probably about a decade. So the tools and technologies that you're working with and the software now, it's 3 years, and we're post AI now.
Right? Oh.
And that's been in 3 years in the making. So whatever tools you have available to you, some of them are totally unfamiliar to me. So you're in totally new territory. But I can tell by the way you're describing the process that you're getting the hang of it. And I'm very impressed. A lot of people wouldn't even try. And
right?
You're impressive lady.
I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah.
I was scared by the challenge. But also thrilled by the challenge.
Okay.
Like, well, this whole adventure is what are we doing? And why are we doing it?
It was like we just both stepped on a ride. We didn't know where it was going.
Well, that roller coaster looks interesting. Let's do that.
Let's do this one.
And then when you get to the top, Busch Gardens. So roller coasters make me feel a way. And sometimes it's a good way, right? Like, okay, this is going to be exciting. But if that line is too long, if that line is too hot, line is too high, by the time I get there, I am now no longer in that fun thrill. I'm in the, what have I done thrill? Am I supposed to actually be here right now? And it's the one that you have to walk forever up. And then the ride goes out, and then it hangs there, and then it goes, woo! And then goes on the ride. And I was with teenagers. They were Girl Scouts. This is great. Yeah, I'll go, absolutely. And it was such a long and hot, and it's narrow stairs and a wall, so there's not a lot of breeze, and it's just, it was getting to be a bit much. By the time I got up there, I was ready to walk down the stairs. And I went, I can't do that to them. I have to do it. And that was the feeling of, yeah, let's do this. And then I went, why did I say yes? And why did I say go? We're on it now.
Somebody's taking control of my mouth, and it is not me.
And it was, which is also why I said if we don't do it this Thursday, even with a cell phone, it's not. We're not going to do it because I will find a reason to back out and get comfortable.
Got you.
And it was no.
So you were at the top of the roller coaster,
I'm
and
on
you
it.
weren't backing
We're
out.
going.
And this is what we're doing.
We're going.
That is so great. That's a good spirit to have, though. You're at the top. You might as well.
You either gotta walk all the way back down in shame, or just ride the ride.
Yeah.
Just ride the ride.
Yeah.
But make sure the seatbelt's on.
Yeah.
Make sure the seatbelt's on.
Yes. Yeah. We talked about a couple of those seatbelt conversations, making sure certain ducks are in a row and things like that. But I've really been enjoying it, and the conversations, going back and listening to them, which, by the way, thank y'all if y'all are now 8 episodes in and you've caught all of them. Those first several episodes, I'm trying to be a little better about my very high-pitched laughter and my likes and my ums and my whatevers and my... Well, there was another phrase that I kept saying, you know.
Yeah, of course I do.
Well, the reason I say this, and I'm telling you, Hazel Haley, my 12th grade English teacher, would be rolling in her grave if she heard me speak, because I've taken public speaking, and I know that filler words will kill your credibility. And here I am using them. The term, I often speak and I say it, and I'm very consciously aware of it. And I say it often because I feel as though I'm giving information to you that you're already aware of. And I'm just trying to validate your own intelligence on the subject. So I'll say, because I'm inviting your intelligence or validating your intelligence,
Right.
whatever that is, I just don't like the idea of thinking that I'm talking and giving you some new, great, wonderful insight, because I don't think that that's really the truth of it. We're just piecing together ideas, and that's how a conversation is supposed to flow.
Right.
And there's no reason for me to sit there every 5 seconds and say, you know. And I really had to clock myself on that. I'm like, oh, gosh.
Self-awareness.
Oh,
Self-awareness.
Yeah. That darn old mirror. Look that up. See ourselves for who we are, boy.
But I don't want you to edit your laugh too much. If it's too loud, I will turn it down in editing, but don't stifle it. Don't stifle it. There's a lady on TikTok, and she is a fabulous spirit. Like, if she lived in Lakeland, Florida, she would be here with us. Like, she is that spirit. And there are people who really try to squelch it, and it's just like, ugh. And she was on a live, and she's talking, and we're all typing, and having a conversation. Lives are so weird that way, because you're talking, and then you got to stop and go, what are people to ask me? I got to catch up. It's very weird. It doesn't flow well, but whatever. But she laughs that big laugh, right? And her teeth are big, and she made the comment that she's very aware of her laugh, and sometimes she feels the need to edit it. I think it was maybe her sister made fun of her when she was younger, that her teeth were too small. They looked like chiclets on wax lips, and then her laugh was so loud. And I was like, oh, that broke my heart, because I remember being the kid who also was made fun of. I've got a tooth missing. It never grew in. Like, when the big tooth or the baby tooth fell out, there was no grown-up tooth to come in. It just, the x-ray showed it wasn't there. It was never going to be there.
So I'm out.
Yep. And so I've got a hole. I've got a gap. The fang tooth grew in the wrong spot, so it's too close to the front, and the gap is there, and whatever, right? As a kid, people made fun of it, and so then I stopped smiling with my teeth, and, and my laugh was obnoxious, very loud and whatever, and sounds kind of goofy sometimes, and people made fun of that, and so then it was, and there would be no sound. I would laugh with no sound. I'd
like a silent movie.
And it wasn't until Carl and I were married.
Aw.
And he really, truly helped me find joy.
Oh.
And then the self-acceptance. And this man loves me. Maybe I am lovable. Even with my crooked tooth and my gap. And which, go to the dentist at 2 months before my 50th birthday. And the dentist is like, okay, when we fix this cavity and we do this thing over here, I can hook you up with an orthodontist and we can fix that gap. You're not talking to 13-year-old me. You're talking to a 50-year-old. We're friends. Me and this hole right here, we are friends now.
Yes.
Like, no, you're not getting rid of it.
This is a part of my profile. What are you talking about? This is on brand for April. Why would I do that? Yeah.
Like, and that just blew my mind. I was like, do you know that I'm about to be 50?
Yeah.
Me and this gap have been together for a long time. Yeah. We're fine. I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to get braces to move it and then put an implant in. 25 years ago, If you told me I could have done it for cheap, I would have
Right,
done it.
yeah.
'Cause that's when it was.
baby.
That's when it was important.
Yeah.
You know, it was all about my ego and how I looked. And
Yes, yeah.
but my husband said, "No, you're cute. I like you." And I
Oh.
went, "Thank you." And then he's funny, which made me laugh. And then I went, and he's not yelling about my laugh.
So you found your laughter again.
I did.
Oh,
I did. And so that's good.
That's a beautiful romance.
So don't squash your laugh. Don't do it.
It's just
I love your laugh. I love your laugh.
I'll be attentive to make sure it doesn't get edited out. There was always, girls in middle school who had something to say about my laugh. And it just, my voice in general is just one that carries. So I've always just kind of been hyper aware that I don't really get the luxury of being in a room without kind of filling it up.
Gotcha.
And so I have had a similar air of like self-consciousness and some anxieties now that amplifies in like the public speaking space. It more comes out as like crying though. If I'm public speaking and I'm really passionate about what I'm talking about, I'll often cry rather than get, loud and laugh. But in like, private conversations or in like networking situations, when I first started my business and I was putting myself out there networking, firstly, I would be so quiet. I would be in a corner and I would just be watching everybody. I'm not putting myself out there, And then by the time I did get a little warmed up and, then of course, then Max comes out,
Right.
to the max. And it was doing the networking and doing the business and learning how to put your best foot forward, create your sales conversation, understand your unique position and your unique value. All of those things make you think about the best parts of yourself. And so that business building process, brand building process of who am I, what do I have to offer, where am I going with this business, and what can you get out of interacting with me, that whole
Right.
process. It was definitely an exercise of self-reflection over and over and over again, because I would revisit that conversation every single year. What can I offer now? Because every single year was a learning process for me. I couldn't afford to go to business school, so I just started a business. How do I do it? What does it take to run a business? I don't know. Start a business. Figure it out. So that's what I did. And I just like swam against the current the whole way. And that's obviously not the best reason to start a business. Most people start a business to make money. And obviously I wanted to make money along the way. But when you go into school and you're doing these projects, I mean, you have the protection. You have the legal protection of whatever university or whatever it is that you're a part of. But you're thrown on projects that you really don't get credit for.
Right.
You get a degree at the end of it, and I just figure whatever projects I work on, I'll do small stakes. There's no reason for me to get my hand on anything big right now. I'm just learning. But cutting my teeth on small projects like that allowed me to learn the process and then turn around and apply it in such a way where I could then offer it to a higher level, business owner or whatever it was that I had next in front of me. So that self-reflective thing was a negative thing that I had constantly done for a very long time in my life. And then when I had started this business, similar to like writing a resume, what are the best parts of yourself? Only I had to do this every single year, and then I had to do the goal setting thing every single year, and then I had to do the reflecting of the previous year every single year. What went wrong? What did I do badly? What did I do well? How can I lean into that? And then by like year 3 or 4, I realized, oh, dummy, you're a writer. You've been writing forever. And that was one of the identity things that I really stepped into, that self-reflective brought out something new in me that I was like, oh, okay, yes, that's the thing. That's what I've been, getting out of all of this. So I definitely encourage, never, ever, ever at any age, never, ever, ever let any year pass without assessing or looking at or determining where your growth points are, what your good points are, what you need to leave behind, your SWOT, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. It's such a fun exercise after you get really good at it. It sucks at first.
Get that.
It sucks at first. But growth is necessary. Or stagnation, like you said, it stinks. Things that don't grow, living things that do not grow are dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Isn't that true of life? Life always grows. So, and I think this falls relatively in line with scriptural teaching regarding spiritual death. There's no spiritual growth. Here we're talking about mental growth, skill growth,
right,
whatever, but spiritual growth, it has the same application.
Otherwise you're just dry bones.
You just dry. You ain't nothing. You just, I was thinking about that in the withering tree. I was thinking about the withering tree. The one that Jesus cursed.
Mm-hmm.
And
the big tree.
Yes. And it's one of those pictures that when you think about the character of God, the life force of God, the necessary presence of God in order for us to be sustained in this life at all. Because you hear it said by non-believers that God is cruel and has to save us from himself, and so therefore sent Jesus. But he's saving us from separation from himself, and the fig tree is that very illustration of what separation from him looks like. Because the fig tree withered. It did not rot. There was no disease introduced into it and make it rot. It withered. It was described as though all the moisture had left it, right? Like the life force had left it. And that to me is that's the death. That's the separation. Once God leaves it, it's a withered fig tree. And that's what we're destined for without him, without staying in his presence, is being a withered fig tree.
Mm. I don't want to be a withered fig tree.
Me neither. I want fat figs. Give me some fat figs, baby.
So my grandmother is 95. And she's like, end's coming soon. She's aware of it. She expects it. And she called me up. And she was like, I've been thinking on that. And I don't know how I feel about it now. And I said, okay, why? She's like, well, here I have people I can go and talk to, and I make them laugh, and I'm fun to be around, whatever, I make jokes. And I said, okay. And she goes, what happens when I go home? And I went, do you think you're going to be bored in heaven? And she went, maybe. Like what? Like, what's it going to, like, who am I going to be? And I said, grandmother, He made this personality that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It can only be amplified when you're with him. And she was like, oh, okay. Like,
And all the other believers. And also, has she read the descriptions of heaven?
somewhere along the way, I think someone told her that heaven is just quiet. And
Oh, it's full of holy, holy, holy.
and she's like, but I'm funny, and how am I going to be funny if it's quiet? I don't understand that. And I thought, oh, that's so precious and sad at the same time, because somewhere we go wrong in our descriptions of what it's like to be with the Father.
Yes.
And the fact that there's a bunch of people who are waiting to be with the Father instead of being with him right now where you are.
Right.
Because
this life is
it's-
also purposed and blessed and
he's
given
here.
for a reason. Yes,
and he's
yes.
right here with you.
Yes.
And they're like, oh no, I can't wait to go be with him. And it's like...
There's days I've had that sentiment. Nice. Oh, my.
But it's weird. Like, I don't know. Are there really streets of gold? Or is that just alliteration? I don't know. I don't care. He can give me the streets of dirt. I don't care. Like, I want to be around him. I want to be in his presence, you know? I love having him around me
Yes.
now. And not just waiting for the future. Sometime I'll get to be at his feet.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
there's going to be a time when his presence will be extreme. And not quite so subtle.
Yes.
But enjoy him now.
Yes.
Like, stop waiting for some futuristic, do
Thing.
you go up, or are you on a cloud, or are you in a castle, or like
with the lords and ladies.
the mansions, you know? And
we are the lords and ladies of the High Lord. Yes.
Yes.
Well, so the thing about the now is we have the exhilaration of faith. So when we go to be in his presence, we'll have this eternal joy. But right now, there's this really fun adventure of catching him in burning bushes.
Right. Yes. Talking donkeys.
Yes.
I've seen a few.
You're talking to one, baby. It's me, oh Lord. Oh gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
I've met a few. It's me.
It's me.
Yep.
I am the one.
Oh, that's too much. Too much.
But it's true. So answered prayer. Getting to experience that when it happens, and you're like, that was so cool, God, that's so neat. And then you want to share it with everybody.
You're like, oh my goodness. And some
Even
people
the
are like,
same as-
what are you talking about? I don't get it.
Yeah. It's the exhilaration of faith. Other people who are like in that presence, they get it. It's the exhilaration of faith. We'll have a different exhilaration in heaven.
Right.
But the exhilaration of faith and discoverability, and I think we'll still have a lot of discovering in heaven too, though. So,
Yeah, 'cause I
don't know,
can't-
it's hard to say. There are
Eternity.
good
There's
gifts,
going to
yeah.
be something.
Yeah.
We're doing something.
Yeah. But to
For
be
eternity.
fair, to be fair, here on this earth, I would say probably like at max 2 to 3% of us really have things to look forward to every single day, other than incredible poverty, or a government toppling, or being killed if I convert out of my religion, or being killed if I don't bow to my government. Like, there's a lot of hard things happening in the world that are just hard to stomach. And I think in Revelation, when the saints are saying, "How long, O Lord, must we wait?" It's that same spirit of vindicate us, vindicate your believers, bring down your good kingdom, that all who are in it, all citizens, are treated fairly under the one and only fair and righteous Almighty King to ever live. So I see that sentiment, especially when I read about the hardships of my global brothers and sisters. It's hard to stomach seeing everything out there. And especially, I think, even in that, let's say, 2 to 3% who have it really great, let's say the Western world, there's still this prevalence of things like the depression and the anxiety and the high, mental illness. And not that it doesn't exist in these other places. In fact, I think they'd like, there's places that tie their mentally ill people to a tree. They don't have anything else to do with it. They get chained to a tree, and that's just as they go and they visit their loved ones chained to a tree, because they don't know how, they don't have, they're ill-equipped. They have nothing to handle this person, but they love them, and that's your family, and that's what you do. You chain them to a tree. But to wake up every single day with a sense of dread, or a sense of intense, like anxiety so intense that you're throwing up, your stomach is in knots every time you wake up. People live like that every single day. I could see being in a mindset of just end it. And it's not pretty to feel that way. And if you're not careful to seek out the exhilaration of faith, then it's easy to drown and crack under that mindset. You have to really be seeking the Spirit. You have to really be seeking the Spirit.
It's there.
Yes.
But yeah, you have to seek. Yeah. You have to.
You have to ask. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find.
And knock and it will be answered.
That is absolutely true.
It's the ask principle. The ASK. Ask, seek, knock. It's the ask principle.
There we go.
I'll have to turn that up because I whispered. I told secrets again.
You told secrets. April's telling secrets, and I'm yelling them at you. Sunshine and snow.
I don't mean to do that, but I do. I find that and that's funny is we were talking about how you were always the boisterous one, and I was always very conscious and I would speak softly because, not everybody wants to hear what's being said. Like, stop yelling. And Carl's like, I am whispering. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Sounds like a Carl answer. Yeah. What are you talking about? This is my low volume.
Nobody can hear me but you. And I'm like, I promise you other people hear you. But then maybe they really don't. And maybe it's just me. And I don't know. But yeah.
I love soft, gentle voices. I think they're absolutely necessary against the cacophony of all of us loudmouths. So please, my friend, my sister friend, she is very gentle and gentle-spirited, and she's very soft-spoken. And I will tell you, it gives an air of peace when you speak. And whereas people like me, the boisterous and, the fluctuating speeds and the fluctuating volumes, people pick up on the passion and enthusiasm, and that can be a very charismatic thing, a very inviting thing. but that gentle quiet to be able to come into a room, especially if you speak to a whole room with that little bit of gentleness, it'll be like you can practically tuck people in. It's just so warm. So I love it. I appreciate the little bit of soft spokenness, and it's a perfect juxtaposition to this thing I've got on me.
Nod to my favorite word. Thank you very much.
I thought you'd like that.
Well, and the fact that we are sunshine and snow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't get any more juxtaposition than that, right?
When you said, and every time I tell the story about how the podcast came about and evolved to what it is, that was your first, the moment, that was your very first statement that came out was about the sunshine and snow. You made that connection right away. And then, I don't know, everything that has folded or like transpired and unfolded since then,
it just makes sense.
It was like it was meant to. It was like, oh, this is already, we're discovering, and that's when true genius and creativity and it's like that harmony happens.
Yes.
It's like, oh, we're not making it, we're discovering it.
It was here the whole time.
The whole time, yes. And I'm having so much fun with it. I'm so glad you decided to show up and keep at it and do production. And Carrie's a rock star.
Love her. Love her. She is very helpful.
Yes.
And bless her. She's just like, okay, I got this. I'm handling that. I'm doing it. And I'm like,
yes. Y'all give Carrie shout outs in the comments, okay?
Absolutely.
She's our girl. She's
favorite
over there.
snowflake.
Oh my gosh. From the get-go, she was on board with you. That must be so great. The whole team, like Carl was on it. Like, you got everybody over there, like, yeah.
Cheerleaders. I brought my own team of cheerleaders, for sure.
Love that.
For sure.
Well, it'll go far for just that reason. That is the wheels on the skateboard under the sloth. This is a character I created a while ago, the sloth on the skateboard, because I very much have felt like a sloth in my business dealings. And I was told early on by a gentleman, he was a software developer. He made a software called All Pro Web Tools. Dave something. Anyway, he told me, he was the very first person to ever see my very first website, or see it and respond to it. I love this. I want to work with you. I want to know what you think about my business, that whole thing. And I was nervous through the whole thing, and I'm like, why do you want to work with me? I'm newbie. I'm fresh out the gate. This makes no sense. He's like, no, I think it's great. You're insightful. I want to know what I want to know what you think. So through the course of this, conversation back and forth, one of the things that he told me, and he was an experienced business person, he said it takes, and I don't think it was his quote, 10 years to become an overnight success. And that was that's the iceberg, right? You see the iceberg, you see success, and then underneath perseverance and failure, and da-da-da-da-da. But it's 10 years to become an overnight success. And that stuck with me for so long, along with the big "Don't Quit" sign that was stuck on the wall in this very lovely pink and black decorated room when I was doing Mary Kay. And it was this big "Don't Quit" sign. So I sort of had the spirit of no matter what happens, I'm going to stick this out and see where it goes. And so I had this roller coaster multiple times, even one year that I was I can't even do my business this year, but I promised myself that it would pick back up. And so I've been this sloth. Everything is so slow. I'm hanging upside down. I'm doing these things. But the thing about sloths is they're actually really strong. Yeah, they're climbing. They're slow, but they're climbing all the time. And so they're up and down all these trees, so they're really slow. So I created this character. He's the slow starter sloth, but he's a sloth on a skateboard. And the skateboard is the people, teams, the tools, the skills that you learn along the way that eventually give you momentum that the strong sloth can really get to where he's going, coupling his strength with the help of the tools, teams, and tactics that he learns along the way. So this was this, if you're slow in the race, learn to double your pace type of mentality that I took on probably year 5 or something, I think it was when I created him. And he's the sloth on a skateboard. Like so it's like whatever momentum we have, the team is the skateboard. It's like we're strong on our own, but the team is going to be our skateboard.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
So thank you, Carrie. Yes. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Snowflakes.
Yes. My whole little team of snowflakes. It's so funny because they were always my snowflakes. And then snowflakes became a political derogatory term, and I was like,
"Oh yeah, that's right."
Oh, insert Roland.
Like Karen, everybody named Karen now,
right?
Like, dang.
Don't you dare name a child Karen these days. Don't you dare.
Don't you do it.
Don't care that it's your favorite great-great-grandma and it's been passed down for generations. Don't you dare do that to that child.
Yes.
But no, because we're the Snows, it was always when it's time to gather them together. It'd be like, all right, snowflakes. And every vehicle was the snowmobile.
Aww.
And, yeah. I remember picking Carrie up at the high school and telling their friends, y'all need to come on, the snowmobile's waiting. And they're like, snowmobile? What?
Yeah, weirdo.
And then they're like, oh, I get it. But yeah, at first, because they're like, Florida, June, what?
Yeah.
Because it was like the end of school, something going on. So it was like right there at the end of May, beginning of June. And it was hot. They're like, snowmobile? Don't understand your humor. And I'm like, nobody does. It's fine.
You don't gotta, because we're us and you're you, and that's fine.
Exactly. Just if you want to ride, let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go.
That's so great. Yeah, the snowflakes. That's so... Well, and you and Carl are so, like, folksy and just inviting, and so that just makes sense that y'all would have, like, the clan mobile or whatever.
We had Kids Pack. It's a charity that is very dear to us. And there was a charity event, and they had T-shirts made up, and they look like baseball jerseys. You know, the sleeves and the white. And so it had the Kids Pack logo on the front. And so I went, ooh, I want to do something fun for the back. So Carl is Snowman without the W. That's his online handle, Snowman. And I was always Snow Dawn online. And then the girls. We had Flurries, Blizzard, and Storm. Storm and then Blizzard. So, yes. Okay. So Carrie was the Flurries because she's always she barely stays long enough to make an impact, right? She's on her way. And then our Storm, that's our middle one, man. That girl, whoo!
Yeah, middles are storms.
She makes an impression when she shows up. And then Linda the Blizzard, that girl, destruction everywhere she went. Bless her. She was in her youth, and she was young, but that was our nicknames on their back. And then the number was the number of our birth date. So. Okay. Not our birth date, but the day. So that way we had numbers on the back too. So they were super cute. But it was Hobby Lobby vinyls, and they were horrible, and they fell off rather quickly.
Oh,
very sad because they were great shirts.
I'm feeling like you need to have a comeback on that.
I know, right?
They're so cute. I know what everybody's getting on Christmas.
You
think you can get a family photo, a family portrait with your jerseys again, or your
I bet
your team
I could.
shirts again?
I bet I could.
Wrangle all the girls together. Come on, do it for Mom.
That's what they make Photoshop for. It doesn't matter. They're spread out all over the country. Take the picture, get it in there. But yeah, it's fun when you have a name like that.
Yes.
We leave a snowman on a snowflake and a snowman on the front door.
Yes.
All year.
I noticed.
And people are like, what?
And the doormat.
And we're like, Why not? Doormat was new this year, and I went, but it's staying.
I noticed.
It's staying because, shoot, I would put the snowflakes and the snowmen out all year if there was room for them. Because there's not, but I do. I love it. It's fun. It's a fun name.
It is. It's great.
Like,
and now technically I could say that I see snow in Florida all the time.
Exactly.
Because I always tell everybody I've never even seen snow, but I
hang
see
out
snow.
with it all the time.
I'm hanging out with snow all the time now, baby.
So, people would always complain, especially in the moving industry. You get on the phone with them during the winter, and they're like, "April snow? Oh, I don't ever." And and ha ha ha, because nobody wants snow in April, but it happens. And so, how's the weather? And they're like, "Oh, the snow, da 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 da." And I was like, "Yep, lucky me. The only snow I see is when I look in the mirror." They're like, "What?" Oh.
We're supposed to be getting snow here in the next week or something. I heard. Well, they're like flurries or something.
Right?
Yeah, it's not an actual thing. But
I don't know.
Do you think it'll happen?
I don't know. It's been trying real hard.
Yeah.
It's getting down to 36. It's trying real hard.
Yeah, I'm not cut from this cloth of cold.
Nope,
it's not.
There's enough people in the state of Florida who do not know how to drive in snow. They can just stay in their house and enjoy the look. Call in sick, please. Do not drive if you don't know
I don't even know how to walk to the car in the cold, much less drive in the snow.
My first year of actual driving was in West Virginia, so I learned real quick how to drive in the snow. It's how you stay alive. But no, I know the Panhandle's already had a little bit, but the whispers are that it's trying to get down here to Central. We'll see. As a matter of fact, I think today or last night or today, anyway, it was online. It was a meme. It was a picture. The country and the extreme weathers, and they're like, this section of the country is warmer than it's supposed to be, and this section of the country is colder than it's supposed to be, and why is Florida colder than Alaska? And it was by a few degrees.
Wow.
But yeah,
because we're wet.
It's just we're having some weird extremes right now.
Yeah. Oh my
so,
gosh.
Alaska was still cold, but it was like 38 degrees, while Florida hit 34 for the lows, I think. But
and the sun's closer up there now, right, too, I think. It's part of it. Our sun, it's moving. I don't know. I know
that's science. We gotta go study science for next week.
Stick to our lane.
That's your homework for next week. You need to.
I do more moon phase tracking than I do where sun position tracking is. But if we're in the middle of winter in Florida and this is our winter, then the sun's farther away. It's coming back in closer. If we're coming in, well, it'll be close in 6 months with our summer, and then it'll be boiling again.
4 months.
4.
We're
only in the first month.
We are about to be in the second.
June,
yes,
in
and May
so.
Begins the heat. But
right, 4. Okay.
We're days away from February.
Yeah.
What?
February's I know.
Feels like last week was when we sat down and you went, "This is the first episode of 2026."
I know.
And apparently it wasn't last week. That was several weeks ago.
It's several weeks ago now. We're about to start into
crazy.
February. I know.
It just flies by.
Well, stay in prayer about my book.
Oh.
Because I've got a little bit of work done on my landing page for that, and a little bit of work done on my website, my just general Jabbermax website. And I like it.
Yes.
So that's even more exciting. I really like how it's coming together. And I have a conversation with my web guys next week.
Okay.
Hopefully. To clean some stuff up on that.
Yes.
So
I'm excited.
I am too. I'm nervous. I'm wanting to offer, I think I'm wanting to offer some sort of pre-order package. For those who pre-order, get the signed copy when it comes in, plus a print
Ooh.
and a praise zine,
Yes.
and maybe one other little thing I haven't decided.
Okay.
So, because did I show you the praise zine?
I don't know specifically if you have a one in mind, but I have seen them, yes.
Okay.
Because you were showing me those.
Okay. Yes.
That's one of the first things I've seen of your works.
Okay. So that's my thinking. So I'll put a little something together and I'll show you and ask if that would be something that you would think was a cool offer for a pre-order. So I appreciate that. Being my team.
Yeah.
Skateboard with wheels.
Hey, you know what? You could see if you could make some of those sloth into stickers.
They are. They're on my
Toss
website.
Toss a couple of those in.
Oh, well, so I thought about adding a couple of Jabbermax merch things. But Jabbermax is technically just the publishing company for the book. Maxina Sunshine is technically the brand.
Right.
Poetry is the Maxina Sunshine side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Jabbermax is...
Well,
it's sort of a holding company.
Haven't you ever purchased something and they're like, this is what you've purchased, but here's a little something
extra
else that I
True.
do,
Yeah.
or that our big umbrella company does.
Yeah.
So cute little
It would work.
sloth would be fine in there.
Okay. Yeah.
And especially for the people who pre-order, because they are part of your skateboard. Giving you that momentum. Just saying.
Oh, I love it. See, there it
just
is.
saying.
There's the connection. All right, now it'll work.
Now it works.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're
Yes.
so welcome. Sometimes I have a good idea.
You have lots of good ideas. I'm sure of it.
Oh,
Well,
I think that's about...
I'm emptied on my tea
Yup.
myself. So.
I think that's a good pace is when our tea is done.
I think so too. Well, thank you for coming, my friend.
Thank you for joining Maxina Sunshine and April Snow on the Weekly Weather. Like and follow to catch our next conversation.